I want to be royalty. I want to have power. So I'm learning about all of the monarchs in England, throughout history. The conquerors and the ones that inherited all of their wealth and glory. I guess I plan to do both. Alright, King Edward III of the House of Plantagenet. He reigned from 1327 to 1377. 50 years. That's a long time. Sadly, he reigned at the time of the Black Plague, when it reared its ugly head in England, which, to be precise, was 1347. Like it isn't tough enough to be a king during medieval times. Let's throw in a plague to spice things up. So Edward was 14 years old when he became king, but he was literally hidden away and manipulated by his attention-starved and power-seeking mama, Isabella, and her equally attention and power-seeking lover, Roger Mortimer. If you remember, there's a good chance that Isabella was at least somewhat of a driving force behind former King Edward II getting a red-hot poker reamed up a place that undoubtedly caused him enormous discomfort prior to killing him. This makes Isabella not what I would expect to be the nurturing apple pie baking maternal type. Edward III escaped his crazy mother and stepdad when he was 17, and he became a great military force to be reckoned with. He won lots of battles in the famous 100 Years' War, which actually is longer than 100 years. I don't know why they're still calling it the 100 Years' War. It is completely erroneous. It was like, 115, 116 years or something like that. It was longer than 100 years. They need to rewrite that. Anyway, now we're going to move on to King Richard II of the House of Plantagenet again. He reigned from 1377 to 1399. Richard II was the last Plantagenet king. He was only 33 years old when he died. That's the same age as Jesus Christ, with a similarly fateful and tragic demise. Richard II caused tension between the peasant rebels and himself by dealing harshly with the peasants, and it was during what was known as the Peasants' Revolt. But what eventually did him in was his struggle with the government and his harsh treatment of his cousin, Henry Bolingbroke. Bolingbroke deposed Richard. Richard was thrown into prison and eventually died in Pontefract Castle.